It just comes up just like that. We also have this device, which is an advancer. So assuming this works correctly, which it doesn't. I obviously didn't take my own advice, did I?
You have to aim it at the machine, don't you?
It should be working on this.
Oh.
Well, it means I'm going to sit down and advance. The things, the reasons why you take it home.
You use your mouse.
I like to use my mouse. Good idea. This is my rebuttal to Michelle Sexy Carnegie-Alfrezi, Bishop Society on PowerPoint. She gave a speech where she missed it about Prezi and how cool it is to use. And this is just PowerPoint. All of us think in linear terms, and PowerPoint can be very useful for that. So this is the don'ts and the don'ts of PowerPoint usage. And I'm also going to have a few hints about how you should do it. And there's lots of cool things you can do with PowerPoint, as you can see. The number one complaint people have with PowerPoint is when the speaker reads the text on the slide to them, it's boring to the audience. It also means that the speaker reading the background of the audience while speaking to them. You might as well just send them a printed copy of your presentation since all the roles are there. You get the idea. And we've all heard people do that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Now, bullet points. People love bullet points on PowerPoint, right? So you have to really be careful not to get carried away with bullet points, and people do. You know, too many of those, and your audience might want to shoot you. Hence the name bullet point. You want to use good colors, you know, the strongly contrasting colors, or there's headaches. Also flattered. Also background, and not something that is enriching like this. Actually, I had to change headaches because it really did make me sick. Look at the color I used to have. People tend to use charts way too much when they're in PowerPoint. And if you think about a chart, it takes 20 or 30 seconds to really absorb it, and usually you don't want to have people trying to absorb that kind of stuff. Then when you put numbers on like that, people just have a tendency to, you know, kind of go overboard with animations and, you know, different things like that. And there's all these great tools. Don't overuse them. I mean, it's a real tendency to just get too much. I'm surprised. This took like an hour to make. It's a lot of fun. That's just too much stuff on there. This is an actual slide from a PowerPoint that my daughter, her organization, her boss wanted everything to be in PowerPoint. Wow. And look at all that stuff. I mean, how could you possibly make use of that? This is also from her same boss doing another presentation. And this presentation really got famous a couple of years ago. This is what all the relationships in Afghanistan. This is Stanley McChrystal, and his comment, he dryly said, "When we figure out this slide, we will win the war." And this was supposed to simplify matters for people. Forget it. So how do you really want to use PowerPoint? If you have bullet points, don't have more than 6. Just have a few words. Never have complete sentences on there. You can use them as notes. PowerPoint can be really valuable in terms of helping you maintain your flow. But you don't want to have so much stuff that people have to read it. Your text size should be at least 32-point font so people can read it. Otherwise, it'll be too small to read. Otherwise, you don't have room for it. It's really important to have variety. Just like in Toastmasters, vocal variety and movement. So if you take the interest that people have, if you have words, it's least interesting. You might as well just be talking. It takes attention away. People can only read your slides or listen to you. You want them to listen to you. So you don't want to be having the words. That's the least favorite. Next, here's a simple chart about the amount of chemicals in seawater. It's very easy to read. You wouldn't want something more complex than that. Then pictures are a level up from that in terms of visual interest. And above them, photographs. This is one of my favorites.
Wow.
See how compelling? Don't buzz me off. If you have photographs, I mean, with animals or with children, or even better, animals and children, and you can guess what the most compelling of all is. Of course, it's video. We're all video-oriented. So here's one of my favorites. I took this myself. It was at a Mexican fireworks show. Yeah, I just want the audio. You can insert a video clip just as easily as you can, a picture or some music or anything else into PowerPoint, and people really do respond to it. But if it comes right down to it, remember that you are the center of attention. Don't want to have stuff that takes away from you. It should be amplifying and augmenting your talk. That's true with any presentation. So that is my PowerPoint presentation about PowerPoint presentations.